Hi, Jordan.
How you doing,
Jordan,
babe?
how you doing? The professional side of you, of course, is dialed into preparing to do what you do. You're a pro football player, preparing to play a game, preparing to play all these games, and practicing and fine tuning. But there's a human side also, obviously, and that attached to your loved ones and friends and your life. How do you balance those when the threat and the league's the chief medical officer said, hey, we know there are going to be cases. We know this stuff's going to happen. You're seeing the exposures left and right. You might not play a game because of it Sunday. How does all that process with the balance of the pro side of Jordan and the human side?
Yeah, I mean that's a fair question. I think as a pro, you got to understand that no matter what's going on outside of the building, we still got to prepare and act like we're playing a football game this weekend. And that was our mindset today at practice. We heard everything this morning about what's going on in Tennessee, but at the same time we got to prepare as if we're playing this weekend. And as a father and as a husband, obviously my family means a lot to me. At the same time, they understand the precautions that I have to take outside of the building, and they understand the precautions that they also have to take outside of the building. And so, I think I said it earlier in the interview that our families are just as much part of our team as we are. And so them understanding, how to, understanding what we got to do and understand what they got to do, it's very important. So, but like I said earlier, I think our mindset was that we're playing a game this weekend, and whatever happens after that happens after that.
I would obviously describe you as pretty much every NFL player being supremely tough, being fearless, the way you, and I know you try to be smart about what you do on the field, contact wise, and you sustained a very serious and scary injury early in your career. But this threat, this danger of this virus thing, is it possible to not have it in your head at all times when you're doing the thing you do? Especially, you were in Vegas last week, and there were players that had tested positive from your opponent that were pretty close to, to teammates and such.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think everybody has their own ideas. At the end of the day, we all just got to do what we're, told to do by NFL, by our team, by organizations. And it's not like, if it happens, it can happen anywhere, no matter if you're taking the right precautions or not. But at the same time, just us understanding what we can do, what we can control, and controlling what we can't control. And that was coming in here today, getting a good day's of practice, making sure that we're taking all the right precautions in order to stay safe, inside the building, outside the building, and that's all that we can, that's all that we can really control. I think the COVID itself, we'll see how the league handles it.
And the last thing, for the possibility of forfeiture has been kicked around a lot for Tennessee for this game. How would you react to that? And there is a possible business element to this. If a game's not played, players could possibly not be paid for a game not played.
I think we'll handle that when the time comes. I think, like I said, right now we're acting like we're playing. And when that moment comes, when that time comes where they tell us this, that, or the other, I think that's when we'll worry about it.
Thank you, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How has Coach McDermott helped set the tone for you guys in dealing with all the uncertainties that you have this season?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we trust him as a team. We trust him. We trust the organization to do, like I said earlier, do all the right precautions to keeping us safe. Understanding that they're not going to put us in a situation where they'd feel we would be uncomfortable in it. So, like I said earlier, I think our organization, Sean, Brandon, the Pagulas have done an amazing job as far as what is expected of us during this odd season that we're in. It's not like any other season that we have had or will have. And so, I think we've done a great job leading up to this point, and we want to keep our foot on the gas as far as doing everything right outside of the building, just so that we don't have any hiccups.
Thank you.
Hey, Jordan, Heather Prusak here. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Heather.
at this point, you personally, do you feel comfortable playing this game, knowing everything that's going on?
Yes, I do.
And I know, obviously, with different players, there's different levels of concern and how people feel about the situation. What have the conversations been like, between you and different players and amongst the team?
Yeah, like I said, I think everybody has different point of views as far as to what they feel is going on. You can say that, about a lot of things that's going on, in our world right now. And so, it's obviously it's talked about. Guys more concerned than others. Obviously, families are put into play. It's tough. I think, like I was saying to either Vic or Daniel, when that time comes to where they tell us this, that, or the other, I think that's the moment that we'll worry about it. But I think right now it's extremely important to focus on as if we were playing, as if we were going to go out there on Saturday and play, because that's, what's important.
And one more question for you. I know you guys always talk about controlling what you can control, and really with these situations, that's all you can do, because you can't control what other teams do as far as following protocols or what they're doing on their end of things. Is it frustrating at all knowing that you can't control that when it could impact you? Like, what they're doing can impact you as a team and your health and your safety.
Yeah. That's a good question, Heather, because that was kind of brought up this morning in the Tugs, as far as, I think Vic said it earlier, if they forfeit, obviously, then the business side comes into it, and, who knows the paid or this, that, and the other. But is it frustrating? Yeah, because we want to play football. Is this whole situation frustrating? Yeah, because we want to play normal football. But at the same time, it is what we're in. It's the life that we're in right now. And so you said it, Sean said it earlier in his interview, controlling what we can control. And it's cliche, but that's just exactly what it is. We can't worry about the times we're working out, outside the field. If they were doing this, that, the other, we got our guys here, our core group of guys here, our team here, and we can control all the right precautions to take and control one day at a time, getting ready to play the game on Sunday.
Thanks, Jordan. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan. John Warrell with the AP. How are you doing?
I'm good, John. How are you?
Good. Just how there's distractions every season, but how much of a heightened level of distraction has COVID been to you and teams? Like, it just seems that this has taken things to a different level as far as mental strain goes. What do you make of that?
I think coming into the season, everybody knew that it was going to be something different, and everybody knew that there was going to be a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles that we were going to have to overcome. Players, coaches, media, everybody. We didn't know, and to me, I figured at some point during the season that this situation was going to happen. You just didn't know when. So I think just having that understanding, and I think Sean said it before the season started, having that understanding that, mentally, that it's going to be different than any other season that we've been a part of, and that we're going to have to overcome. And there's going to be times where we might come in the building and the whole schedule might be changed. We're just going to have to learn how to adapt. And I think that's what our team has done a good job of. I think we're a mentally strong team to be able to handle all the obstacles and all the situations that are going to continue to come up this year. This probably is not going to be the last time this situation happens.
Because I guess, how much would you prefer? I mean, the way how much would you prefer to be talking just about football?
I think we all would prefer to just be talking about football. That's why I play the game. That's why you guys do what you do. Because today football is the best sport in the world, and now we have to deal with it in a sense of, our what's going on in the world, and now it affecting football. So it's it's tough, but like I said, it is what it is. This is the first year that this has ever happened, and it'll probably be the last year that's ever happened. We got to deal with it.
Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, I just jumped in here. I was on another call, so if you've been asked this, I'm sorry. Cole Beasley is what I want to know about. Just how he has, as a defensive player, you watch how he plays the game, and just tell me how difficult it is to deal with a guy who is so slick and so slippery and gets out of his break so quick. Just if you kind of, give me an idea of how tough it is to play
unguardable.
against today.
I would one word I would use is unguardable. I think like you said, Sal, his quickness and his being able to get in and out of his breaks. But, you know, a lot of people don't put in effect how smart he is on the football field. His ability to read leverages, to read coverages, his ability to find the soft spot in zones, his ability to catch the ball and not take, you know, explosive hits. And so I just say I am happy as hell he's on our team, you know, because going against him in training camp, you can see – I mean, just, he was on our team out last year, and obviously, you know, watching him in the Cowboys, he's like, man, that guy, he can really play, you know. And so, just seeing the way he goes about his business, the way he works each and every day, and his growth with Josh, you know, it's really cool to see. I'm happy he's on our team.
So you just sort of alluded to, you have noticed an uptick in the collusion that they've got, or the cohesion that those two have.
For sure. For sure. I've noticed it on the field. I've noticed it off the field too. So it's you know, them guys are working.
Great. Thanks, Jordan.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan, I got one more. I just want to get a football question in here, since obviously we also have to plan too, as if the game would happen.
Heather. I appreciate
it. Derrick Henry. I mean, just going against another explosive back. Just what do you see from him? You know, after going against Josh Jacobs last week, now you got Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Shoot, man, this is our third year playing him in a row. You know, I think he was the rushing champion last year? What was this? He had like the rushing champion or something. It was some award that he won for the best backer. You know, back who's been playing a long time, big, strong, physical back. You know, he's a guy that you're gonna have to get hats on the ball. You know, and you know, the offense allows you know, with their run, their play action, their screen game. You know, it opens up the run game for him, and he's able to run strong and stiff arm tackles, and so we're gonna have to get all 11 hats to the football.
Is it encouraging going against a guy like that, seeing that you were able to, you know, improve the run defense from that Rams game to the Vegas game, and now, you know, going into this game against Derrick Henry? Is that encouraging?
Yeah, you know, and we just want to continue to improve on that. You know, each week's gonna have its own. It's different tasks and challenges within the game itself, and so you know, we'll come out, find out early, you know, their style of runs, their style of game plan. You know, hopefully, you know, be able to make adjustments within the game, and like I said earlier, 11 hats to the football. That's what it's going to take.